Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome to another Indie Game Friday. This week we're going to cover a sort of action roguelike game called Herolike, produced by Games Hut and published by Black Shell Media, who were kind enough to provide me a review copy. As of this recording, this game is in early access, and as such, certain aspects can be expected to change over time. Released to early access on Steam on February 19th, 2016, this video covers build 0.84a. Herolike puts you as a lone hero in a world kept stable by an Earthstone, which some nebulous evil seeks to corrupt in order to bring destruction to the world. You must fight your way through various encounters until you win or you die. This game includes certain roguelike elements, such as permadeath and randomly generated adventure paths, but more on the latter later. Right now there are two classes available: Guardian, which is basically a dwarven warrior, and Shaman, who is your caster class. I'm hoping that there will be more when the game comes out of early access. Each class has a few ability scores and skills which you can improve when you level up. While your characters suffer from permadeath, getting one shot at life before being removed, there is a sense of persistence in the town. Your town starts with 2 buildings and acquires more as you upgrade it. These buildings remain even after your character's death, so further characters can continue to build up the town. As you perform quests, your town generates resources, which allows you to build and upgrade the various buildings within it. There's an item shopkeeper, which you start with. You can purchase various consumables here. Other shops include a weapon shop and an armor shop, which allow you to upgrade your equipment, an altar, which allows your character to survive through one death, though the altar itself is removed thereafter, a progression vault, which increases the starting level of future heroes once you've built it, a Scavenger's Guild, which allows you to trade renown for gold, and the Keep, which boosts the rate at which you can earn resources as you upgrade it. The main map is made of sequential encounters, which are randomly generated and selected. Usually, you'll get a choice between encounter types, sometimes you don't. Encounters can be hostile, in which you fight a certain number of creatures in an arena-style combat, defense, in which you defend a target from a certain number of creatures in an arena-style combat, friendly, which opens up a role-playing scenario presenting a problem or situation which you may interact with via multiple choice options in a very choose-your-own-adventure way, and gamble, which is pretty random. I didn't actually encounter a gamble one during my playthrough, but I understand they're in there. The hostile and defense encounters are very similar, involving running around a themed arena killing stuff until you have killed everything that they throw at you. Although certain arena themes add random hazards, none really seem to offer any sort of serious tactically exploitable layouts, being largely just open squares with a random assortment of easily avoidable obstacles. And that is a real shame. I would have really liked to see some twisting corridors and such in there. Some of the hostile arenas have shrines, or treasure chests, which can drop extra gold or boost your abilities. The characters have different skills you can activate via hotkeys, although most resemble something you'd come across in a MOBA-style game. Some enemies drop orbs or potions, which can be used to regain health or mana, and some drop showers of gold. In both cases, you have to chase them down to collect them, which can be a real pain sometimes. There's a good mix of enemies, with ranged enemies, casters, heavy melee, light melee, and melee with reach, which would be absolutely great if the battlefields were more than just open squares. As it is, I spent most of the time running around, slamming into various creatures and training the rest around, without much thought to tactics. The combat is currently being rebalanced, so I won't speak as to the particular difficulties of it. It's relatively straightforward in terms of interface. If you played a Diablo clone or something similar, then it'll probably come to you relatively naturally. The real draw of the game is the upgradable town, which is really a neat concept, one which I'd like to see in more games. The randomly generated encounters bring to mind shades of the Hand of Fate, although that game seemed to pull it off a little bit better, and the varied arenas in that particular game made combat seem a little less bland. Right now, equipment is pretty simple, with the armor shop selling one type of item, and the weapon shop may sell a couple items based on your class, but all are really fairly interchangeable and linear in progression. But honestly, if all you're looking to do is hack and slash, it gets the job done. Overall, I'm not terribly impressed with the game. Graphically, it's pretty nice, with a solid art style, and the sound and music are both pretty solid for the genre, and I'm using the term solid enough, but hey, it fits. It's a really great concept on paper, and I just wish it was a little bit better executed in this particular game. I mean, it's not terrible by any stretch, but I'd like to see a few more things inserted, like varied battlegrounds, maybe a couple more classes, and some extra gear. I'm not sure if any of these things are planned or not. It is important, however, to remember that the game is indeed in early access, and it actually has a responsive and active developer. So that's something that will play into future development. I can definitely see things improving over time. It's also not that pricey. It's just $7.99 US for a early access via Steam, at least as of this recording. Well, I hope I've given you enough information to make a decision on the merits. For now, this has been the RPG Crawler with Indie Game Friday. If you like what you've seen, remember to like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more RPG content. Until next time, take care and goodbye.